Hi guys, I'm Dollie IndigoStar and today I've come to a really special place. I am in full witch attire, as you can see, and I've come down to St Nectans Glen. I had been invited by a high priestess down to St Nectans Glen to take my seat and be initiated as a high priestess myself. This magical journey all my life had begun to make sense. From my little witchy ways, to my herbal mysticism, to my esoteric knowledge, my deep ancient wisdom, my search to find my roots. My quest had just begun. Walking along up the steep path, deeply embedded in the Cornish countryside, you wouldn't even think it was there. But along the road, I couldn't help but stop to look at the beautiful artifacts that had been scattered there from our ancestors before us. As we walked, we chatted about the flowers and the trees and the fairies and the medicinal things that we find along in the hedgerows, growing wild. As we were walking down, we stopped by some rocks where people had placed on top of each other with their little sacred thoughts in each pebble. Gifted my thoughts to the ancestors. It was quite steep heading down to the rocks, but with beautiful little waterfalls along the way. And time kind of stood still for a moment. On our walk down there, which took about 35 minutes, we were looking at the trees, which kind of resembled faces. The forest had become alive. There was a man from the museum that was there to greet us with a Lemurian crystal that was allowed for us to take from the museum to do our initiation at the waterfalls. The sacred stone had been found in the waterfalls some years before and had been placed there. This beautiful place embedded in the Cornish countryside, untouched. Time stands still, and the place truly is magical. Michelle was given the stone to work with, and we began to gather our tools for our processional initiation. Beautiful headdress was made and gifted to Michelle by another high priestess. Magical horns of the stag. I couldn't help but take a few selfies. This is where magic begins to work and become alive. The sound of the drums, the people, the sunlight. This beautiful energy captured by the drum. You can just see it on camera, captured so perfectly. As Michelle began the initiation, she began to sing to the water, as we had done the night before. Beautiful sounds that was echoing. The water became alive, definitely calling the water goddess. As we both began to sing to the water, energies became electric. I was mesmerized with how the rocks had suddenly changed and the spirits had become present. I could see faces in the rocks, guardians of the water. Guardians of the sacred waters of St Nectans Glen. Enchanted in this tiny capsule, lost in time, time definitely stood still. The echoes of the natural tools used to create music, and our natural voices within harmony and balance. I took my own sacred steps to meet the water goddess and give thanks for my journey there. The fresh waters from the waterfall flow down and were just gently kissing my feet as I stood here, lost in time. Michelle was preparing her tools for the ceremony. She'd laid them out on the rocks to collect the energies. People were beginning to gather and also wonder what we were doing. As Michelle began her ceremony, she began to spin her magic tool to call the water elements and the ancient ancestors to join us in the ceremony that was about to take place. As she began to spin her magic, she calls upon the water elements, the earth elements, the spirits that surround us in the glen to join us for this initiation. I stood behind Michelle with the crown, ready for the path and journey that I'm about to take. She whispered words to the water and words to the ancestors, calling them, asking them for their blessings to be bestowed upon us. The sound of the borora spinning was magical, energetic, powerful. Michelle gave her blessings, asking for her protection to proceed with the ceremony that she was about to deliver, the initiation as one of the higher priestesses of St Nectans Glen. The ceremony had begun. The welcoming and the thanks to the water goddess, the water spirits, the ancestors. The Lemurian crystal that was found some years ago inside that very waterfall, placed, was found and taken to the museum. It was such an honor to be holding a Lemurian crystal, to have my initiation. I saw rainbows. I saw things in the crystal. My heart began to open at this point. As I began to take on the words that were being given to me, secret words of wisdom, the knowledge passed down from tribe to tribe, from our ancestors, the sacred wisdom, ancient wisdom of the earth keepers, the caretakers, the path and the journey that I was about to take. the devotion to my life and my works, my love, my family, my surroundings. All weapons were laid down in front of me. As equals, we faced each other. I was then given the clear insight forward for my journey. I was activated with the Lemurian crystal. I took the crystal into my heart. I felt my guides here present and listened deeply to what I was being told. All old cords were cut and severed from previous lives to be now able to step forward. My ancient, authentic self stood there. Many women that I'd been before me, the many ancestors of women in my own lineage, from mother to mother, daughter to daughter. Powerful words that were being exchanged had activated many spirits to come within and talk to me. As I was standing here, the words being exchanged about my ancestors were reminding me on my journey how far I had already come to get to this point, to be here in this glen at this moment in time for this initiation. I was walking the lands and was standing in those places in mythological tales. Tales of Merlin, the tales of the Templar, the tales of the secrets. I was blessed by the waters of the glen, a rebirthing in many ways. Into a new part of myself. Many women that have taken this path and sacred journey. My initiation was complete. I then took my dedication and declaration. Many onlookers were excited to see that the ancient past had come to meet the future. The magic that we made, the declarations that we made, dedication. Serve with love, honor, empathy, compassion, to sever any negative ties, to sever anything that no longer serves us purpose, and to go forwards into a new being. Michelle's words of wisdom rang deep to the heart. She asked me of what name I wished to be known by. I took the Lemurian crystal to my heart, took my name. The last part of the ceremony to be complete. This was the moment. I could feel the energy from the spinning behind me, which almost made me dizzy and lose balance from my feet. I felt the energy rush in my back. Felt deeply connected. Almost lightheaded. My hand went out, and then I felt someone touch my hand. Such a beautiful, warm energy, which did cause me to look up for a moment and think, wow. Last part was sealed. The initiation was done. I explained to Michelle, I felt someone touch my hand. This made room for celebration. Drum to the spirits. beats and rhythm. The sound, the energy, the essence, the magic. Continued to raise the energy there. People all welcoming, still and silent.
We won. Pizza! Pizza! We won! Pizza! Yeah! Fucking hell, yeah!
And of course, we had to put a bit of comedy into it.
Yeah, very serious.
After the ceremony, I was in a complete state of higher bliss. The energies, the feeling, the emotions, the crystal I held in my hand that had been given to me by another priestess 20 years previously began to make sense. The people began to talk to us, to thank us for bringing magic back alive and restoring their faith in the old ancient of ways and days. The goddess was certainly present that day at the glen. I felt her touch my hand. Beautiful forest had come alive, the magical path I had now stepped forward to take. The tree spirits holding their hands out welcoming. The dog that followed us home all the way. Everything had begun to change. More alive than it was before I came. The thousands of wishes that people had planted into the forest and into the trees, sending their thoughts to the spirits, wherever they may be. I know someday I'll return to the glen and create magic again.